Imagine yourself driving along the Italian Amalfi Coast, the sea sparkling to one side, the cliffs rising dramatically on the other, and under your hands rests the steering wheel of Ferrari's latest masterpiece, the Ferrari Amalfi. This isn't just another sports car. This is Ferrari saying, elegance and raw power can live together in harmony. And trust me, this car is about to shake up the Grand Tourer world. Before we dive deeper, let me ask you, if you had the chance to pick just one dream car for a coastal road trip, would you go for a Lamborghini Huracan, a Porsche 911 Turbo, or this brand new Ferrari Amalfi? Let me know in the comments. The Ferrari Amalfi matters because it isn't a random addition to Ferrari's lineup. It's the official successor to the Ferrari Roma, a car that already carried the reputation of being Ferrari's elegant, everyday GT. But Ferrari knew there were improvements to be made. The Roma was stylish, but it had quirks, especially with its touch controls and certain design details. The Amalfi fixes all of that and adds more performance, better handling, and a design that feels timeless yet futuristic. Plus, here's the kicker. In an era when most brands are going electric, Ferrari still dares to say, here's a pure V8 petrol coupe for those who live for the sound of combustion. That alone makes it historic. Now picture the Amalfi from the outside. It looks sleek, almost sculpted by the wind itself. The perforated grille from the Roma? Gone. Instead, Ferrari gives us a cleaner front face, a slim black strip running between the headlights that makes the car look wider, more aggressive, and more confident. Above the headlights, air channels flow across the hood to improve aerodynamics. At the rear, the taillights are flush, simple, and sharp, no unnecessary drama. And then comes the secret weapon, a 3-position active spoiler that can rise to generate serious downforce at high speeds. Now a quick question for you. What do you think is more important in a GT car, top speed or aerodynamic stability? Drop your thoughts below because Ferrari clearly focused on both. The size of the Amalfi feels perfect for a Grand Tourer. It stretches about 466 meters long, nearly 2 meters wide, and stands just 1.3 meters tall. It has the classic wedge-like Ferrari stance, yet it's more graceful than an all-out supercar. The proportions are balanced, the lines are fluid, and every inch of its body is engineered for airflow. Even the wheels are designed to reduce turbulence. And if we compare it to rivals, the Amalfi feels more elegant than the brute force Aston Martin Vantage and more exclusive than the Porsche 911 Turbo. Ferrari wants this to be the car you take out not only for track, days, but also for a long weekend escape across Europe. Of course, Ferrari's magic really shines under the hood. The Amalfi keeps the iconic 3.9-liter twin-turbocharged V8, part of Ferrari's award-winning F154 engine family. But here, it's tuned to perfection, delivering around 640 metric horsepower and 760 newton-meters of torque. That's enough to push this car from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 3.3 seconds and all the way to a top speed of about 320 km/h. Let me throw you a quick quiz. Which Ferrari do you think is faster in a straight line? The Amalfi or the Ferrari 296 GTB? Think carefully, because while the Amalfi is insanely quick, Ferrari's mid-engine 296 has hybrid assistance. Still, for a front mid-engine GT, these numbers are mind-blowing. The performance isn't just about raw numbers. Ferrari worked on responsiveness, making sure the turbos spool up quicker, throttle input feels sharper, and the car reacts instantly to the driver. A brake-by-wire system with Ferrari's ABS Evo gives precise control during hard braking, even at track speeds. The steering has been recalibrated to deliver more feedback, and with Ferrari's signature drive mode selector, you can switch from comfortable touring to sharp, aggressive handling in seconds. This is what separates Ferrari from its rivals. They know how to blend everyday usability with racetrack DNA. Now step inside and the story gets even more interesting. The cabin feels like stepping into a futuristic lounge built around the driver. The dual-cockpit design means both driver and passenger have their own defined space, with a floating anodized aluminum center console that seems to levitate between the two. The old vertical screen of the Roma has been replaced by a horizontal landscape-style display that fits more naturally into the dashboard. The steering wheel is where Ferrari has listened to fans the most. Remember all those touch-sensitive controls everyone complained about in the Roma? Gone. The Amalfi brings back real physical buttons. That iconic red start button? It's finally back where it belongs, waiting to be pressed. Seating is pure Ferrari comfort. Luxurious leather, Alcantara, and customizable materials throughout. The Amalfi still has a 2+2 layout, meaning the rear seats are compact but useful for short trips or extra luggage. And while it's not a limousine, Ferrari has given attention to ride comfort, seat ventilation, optional massage functions, and premium audio systems like the Burmester 14-speaker setup. Imagine driving this car across France with that sound system filling the cabin. It's an experience money can't usually buy, but here it does. Speaking of experiences, infotainment is fully up to date with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, smartphone charging, and a digital cluster for the driver. Passengers even get their own optional screen to play with settings, music, or navigation. Safety is also taken seriously. Adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, lane assist, and a 360-degree camera are expected features. Here's another quiz for you. If you had to choose one luxury feature in your dream GT, would you pick massaging seats, a premium sound system, or advanced driver assists? Drop your choice below. I'd love to see what most car lovers prioritize. Practicality isn't always the first word you think of with Ferrari, but the Amalfi does try. With around 270 liters of trunk space and the option to fold down the small rear seats, you actually can take it on a weekend getaway with luggage. That makes it more practical than most mid-engined Ferraris, which barely leave room for a duffel bag. Combine that with refined suspension tuning, and suddenly, this car feels like something you could actually daily drive if you're lucky enough to own one. Now, let's talk about the price, because this is where Ferrari firmly plants it in the luxury segment. The Amalfi starts at around $240,000 in Europe, which translates to about $275,000 to $280,000 in the US. Of course, with options and Ferrari's customizations, most buyers will push that much higher. Deliveries are expected to begin in early 2026, with Europe getting first dibs and the US following shortly after. Let me ask you, at this price range, would you rather buy one Ferrari Amalfi or split that money between a Porsche 911 Turbo and a Range Rover for practicality? Interesting choice, right? Ferrari unveiled the Amalfi in July 2025, right on the Amalfi Coast, a poetic nod to its name. Since then, the buzz around it hasn't stopped. One of the most celebrated changes is the return of physical buttons inside, something Ferrari fans had been asking for. Rumors are already flying about a future convertible Spider version, much like the Roma Spider. That would take this car's appeal to a whole new level, especially for those who love open-top touring. So why does the Ferrari Amalfi stand out? It's simple. It blends Ferrari's legendary performance with a level of elegance and usability that few other cars can match. It doesn't scream for attention with wild wings or extreme styling, yet it commands respect everywhere it goes. It's the kind of Ferrari that feels equally at home pulling up to a 5-star hotel as it does tearing around a racetrack. And in an age of electrification, it might be one of the last great pure V8 Grand Tours Ferrari ever builds. Now, here's the big question for you. If you had the keys to the Ferrari Amalfi, where would you drive it first? Through the Italian coastline, across German autobahns, or down your city streets just to see heads turn? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for sticking with me on this deep dive into the Ferrari Amalfi. If you enjoyed this ride, make sure you smash that like button, share this video with your fellow car lovers, and subscribe to Cars IQX. Because trust me, we've got even more legends, reviews, and dream machines coming your way. Until next time, keep dreaming big, keep chasing speed, and keep watching Cars IQX.